me clearly, America is not a racist country.
Ladies and gentlemen, this video is about preschool down in Miami that 2-year-olds went in blackface, and the parents found out. And of course, as far as I'm concerned, not enough happened. So not only did they paint these children, these 2-year-olds' face with black paint for Black History Month, these were even posted on the preschool's front page of their website. I'm going to go ahead and show this video, and I'll be right back with my commentary.
I'm appalled, flabbergasted. There's no words. I'm like, is this even real?
This is how a daycare in Miami celebrated Black History Month. A classroom full of 2-year-olds in blackface.
Where are the checks and balances, right? So nothing like this happens.
Good job. Courtney Politis, whose 1-year-old daughter attended the daycare but was not in this particular class, says she was horrified when another parent at the school shared these photos originally posted on the daycare's app. They have since been removed.
I get a phone call from a close mom friend whose child also goes to this school. And she's like, oh my gosh, you won't believe what they've done in our child's class. Like, I'm sickened right now. I'm completely, there's no words. And I'm like, well, tell me. She's like, well, they painted all the children's face, blackface, and sent messages out saying Happy Black History Month.
She reached out to daycare owner and director Patricia Vitale that same day.
I'm immediately sending the screenshot over to her, and I let her know. I'm like, this is racist. Her response, I'm sorry, question mark. I don't understand. What are you saying? What is racist? Blackface. In our school, we don't use this word, neither. We have this kind of mind.
As a mother of 2 young biracial children, Politis says it's hard to protect them.
I thought we would have more time before these sort of things, or racism or microaggressions, would have to be experienced by our children.
Reached by CNN, Vitale declined to comment. But in a message sent to parents the day of the incident, Vitale wrote, "We have received a comment from one of our parents regarding the activity that was done in a teacher's class for the Black History Month. We have not intended to offend anyone, and we're very sorry about any inconvenience." The following Monday, Vitale sent another message about improving the training of daycare staff. Following the Black History Month incident, we wanted to let all the parents know that we met Friday afternoon with all the teachers and staff. We went over several ethical and multicultural education points. I will teach them a class covering all the necessary topics regarding U.S. history and multicultural education. You may rest assured this will never happen again. But that promise wasn't enough for Politis. She's pulled her 2 children out of 2 separate branches of the Studio Kids daycare and is looking for another child care provider.
Bottom line is we can't trust them with our children.
And that's the thing that's most concerning to Courtney Politis, that she can't trust these administrators to take care of and educate her children. And she said, I understand that teachers have the freedom to create activities for the class, but there are so many other ways you could have celebrated Black History Month. She said another school, they painted traffic signals. They learned about Garrett Morgan, who was a Black inventor who got one of the first patents for a traffic signal in 1923. And so their activity was painting traffic signals. She wonders why in this class the teacher decided to dress these kids up as different professions, simply paint their faces black. That is not a celebration of Black history, and she just wonders how this could slip through the cracks.
All right, so it's clear that some adult that was in charge of this preschool class of 2-year-olds put these children up to this. Now, supposedly in Florida, Black history lacks educational value. But you're going to convince us this doesn't lack educational value? And I want y'all to take notice when these incidents occur, the same people hooping and hollering about subjecting their children to Black history, they go completely silent when these blackface incidents occur, or the watermelon chicken and waffles suddenly comes up on the menu. You notice these same people screaming and hollering, don't be screaming and hollering. So this appeared on the website to this daycare center, but I also want you to notice they didn't talk about anybody being fired for this. They talked about the same lame training. You can't train this out of people. And I wish y'all would get off of this training stuff. You know damn well this ain't no training issue. This ain't no training issue, and you know it. So these kids were dressed up in different professions and they had black paint sprayed on them. But this does not lack educational value, but learning Black history or CRT, that's a lack of educational values. And they want you to think these little demons are too sensitive for that. You know, that's why they tell you a large percentage of white men and women that are grown today have been in blackface. Now, of course, they'll beeline over here and deny the whole thing, but many of them have. Many of them have. They've done this. And then you got some foolish among our group telling you it's a joke. That tells me your parents didn't give you enough streetwise education. You're lacking in it. If you think this is a joke and you are melanated, then your parents have failed you. They failed at parenting you, in educating you in what blackface is. They failed. This is not a joke. This is a deliberate act. This is why we see it every single year. And I told y'all, when Black History Month come, you're going to see the chicken and watermelon and waffles, and you're going to see blackface all throughout the month. They do the same repetitive, tired, stale thing every single year. But learning this, the history of this is not good, but doing it, that's okay. Just think about that. That's okay. So let's get into this. So, this was a preschool that was criticized for painting children in blackface. So, a Miami mother, as you saw, was outraged. And I wish she didn't do all that crying on the video. You know, by now, we have been exposed to so much racism in America. Nobody should be in tears over it. I'm just saying. And, you know, all of this stuff, just like the rejection of AP, African American history. Just notice all of these things that are happening in Black History Month. They waited for February to kick up all this dust. They did it on purpose. They did. So they're saying, you know, the mother was saying it's a certified establishment where, you know, preschoolers go, and these children were around the age of 2. And the teacher posted this on the web page, the homepage, so that when people logged into the daycare center website, this was the first thing they saw. So, like I said, I noticed in the entire story, they did not talk about getting rid of this teacher. They didn't mention it at all. All they did was mention, oh, we're going to have training, and you know damn well what they can do with this training. So, after this was pointed out to the school, they put out there, we have not intended to offend anyone, and we're very, very sorry about any inconvenience. They're not sorry. They're not sorry because we keep seeing this every single year. Okay. This is a group of people that are never sorry about these things. If their consequences were greater, you would see it less. The consequences are not great enough. That's why it has not gone away. They're doing this little itty bitty stuff just to keep the public from coming after them. That's all. It's just little itty bitty stuff that will add up to nothing, and they know it. We wanted to let all the parents know that we met on Friday afternoon with all the teachers and staff, and we went over several ethical and multicultural educational points. That ain't going to clear this up. Okay, you should know the teacher behind this was a white supremacist. And that right there is a reflection of the kind of people this daycare hires. And training is not going to make that go away. I will teach the team a class covering of all the necessary topics regarding U.S. history and multicultural education. You may rest assured that this will never happen again. Well, how are you going to teach multicultural education when you got a governor down there that forbids that kind of stuff, especially um, anything geared towards what y'all label as African American? So, how are you going to teach that without offending your governor and others down there? Won't they object to it? I'm just saying. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is just unbelievable. This is unbelievable. But it's the usual mocking that we see year in and year out. Because, these people can't think of anything new to do, but the same stale old mess they've been seeing all this time. You know what? One of the people got mad, y'all, and came on my channel because I said their jokes are stale because they keep repeating the same thing. He was like, well, your channel is stale. I said, see how you don't have no original thought? You just took my words and threw them back on me. That right there proves you have no originality. Even your insults are stale. Your insults are stale too. So, y'all, please tell me what you think about this. They start them young, 2 years old, and already got them in blackface. I guess the next time we'll see an infant, a 2-month-old infant in blackface, if that already haven't been done. Probably already been done. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. You know what I hope happens, y'all? They put that spray paint on and it never comes off. That's what I hope. I hope it never comes off. Peace, family.